what do we have here? I think I see a fellow lover of adventure, and I'm betting it's no accident that you're headed this way. Ha! Easier said than done, I'm afraid. But I'm glad to hear Emmerich gives a damn. We thought maybe our dispatches weren't getting through. If you haven't noticed, Rivenspire's caught up in a civil war as bloody as old Rancer's rebellion. Sure did. Bastard bribed the city guard, attacked the other nobles, and seized half of Shornhelm. Think of the glory. It'll be just like Rancer's war. We'll rescue Rivenspire and the women will swoon. It'll be great, you'll see. What makes tyrants do any of the things they do? Ambition? Glory? I certainly don't know. Baron Wylan Montclair. Not much to say, really. She's the head of one of the noble houses. Young, but smart, and very devout. A little of this, a little of that. Lending my sword to just causes, flirting with the ladies. I've drank in every inn and tavern between here and Glenumbra. It was quite the talk of Tamriel at the time. Surprised you don't know about it. It was over 10 years ago. Our beloved High King insulted King Rancer of Shornhelm over some minor indiscretion. If you can call it that. Lasted about a year. Just long enough for Emmerich's troops to get a little exercise. When it was over,
Hail.
You sent the guard west to chase a rumor? We need those troops to protect Shornhelm.
Only some of them, Baron. My father would have done the same. Captain Genevieve will discover the truth and report back.
Countess, Baron, please. We must remain focused. As long as Montclair controls the upper city, the whole region remains at risk.
How can we trust you, Count Ravenwatch? Your friendship with Montclair is well known. What did you offer those captains to betray us?
I care for the Count even less than you, Baron, but he hasn't done anything to warrant such accusations. Yet.
We must end this debate and take action. Make an example of the two traitors and retake the upper city. How can the two of you not see that?
I do not disagree, Baron, but we need to proceed with caution. There is more to this situation than meets the eye. I know I make you both nervous. Perhaps we should continue this after our blood has cooled.
Mind your tempers, gentlemen. We have a visitor. Come forward, friend, and state your business.
Bah! You both try my patience. I can almost understand what drove Montclair to abandon our triumvirate.
I returned to Shornhelm after my father's death to find a city divided and our land in peril. Baron Dorel means well, but he'd rather rush forward than take a moment to examine the path ahead. Of course, the light provides as always. Baron Montclair is changed. 2 Shornhelm Guard officers. They defected to Montclair's side and helped him take over the upper city. Ambitious? I suppose he was no more or less so than any house noble. I suppose he hopes we will surrender and agree to his terms. But that's not going to happen. The Baron sees me as a child, and I find him to be a pompous ass. Light grant me patience. House Ravenwatch is an old Rivenspire family. As for Verandis, I do not like the man.
I grow tired of whining travelers.
You there. A little help here. Damn Montclair bastards caught me snooping around. If you unlock this cage, I'll be your best friend for life. I needed some quiet time. What do you think I'm doing in here? I went and got myself captured. Good question. You shouldn't. But that doesn't mean we're not on the same side. I bet they sent you to find information about Montclair. Open the cell and I'll tell you what I know. I hate being caged. Makes me all itchy. Anyway, Orlozog shoved a letter in that chest over there. It explains a lot. I appreciate the help. You're all right in my book. Now I need to report back to Baron Dorel.
Montclair.
Hello.
What news do you bring from the upper city? Have the traitors been dealt with? Damn! Montclair's Argonian is as crazy as an outhouse skeever. His soldiers kidnapped a few nobles, grabbed them in broad daylight. Probably hopes to use them as insurance against us. But he must realize that I never negotiate with terrorists. Then we have to act fast. Go to the Muse and free Lady Aurene Tamrith, Nethan Albergama, and Sir Estienne Gillen. If you can take out Rizal Jewel along the way, all the better.
This Rizal Jewel seized nobles. Such brazen acts must not be tolerated, Baron.
Indeed. It is time to act, Countess. No more talk. No more debate.
How can we walk in the light if we leave innocent townsfolk to languish? Wait, are you agreeing with me?
Don't look so shocked, Isolde. It was bound to happen eventually. Our friend will go to the Muse to free the hostages and stop the reinforcements while we assault the upper city. A two-pronged approach.
Well, all right then. Baron, if you would, give the command and rally the Shornhelm Guard.
It will be my pleasure. It's time to show those Montclair cowards what it means to betray the people of Rivenspire.
One moment, friend. I may know something about the Fevered Muse. The Fevered Muse? I haven't thought about that place since I was a child. It's a ravine beyond the upper city. It's been sealed off for years. They used to send the ill and infirm there. It's a dank old place. Oh, I remember now. The sewers! You can sneak through the old sewer tunnel. It leads to right near the entrance of the Fevered Muse. The ravine is riddled with small caves, as I recall. There's an even older section, an ancient ruin. If this...
I assume you have come to rescue the nobles and stop Montclair's reinforcements. But if Rizal Jewel is here, you shouldn't have to face him alone. I'm not without resources of my own. I have... loyal associates. Let's leave it at that for the time being. The Argonian? He has been at Montclair's side for a long time.
horrible Argonian, Rivenspire, said he would turn me into a powerful creature. Why would I want that? Ah, sweet freedom. Thank you so much for coming to my rescue.
He's the ambassador from Alakir. Did I mention that?
That lizard's tortures. They poked and prodded me.
I'm surprised Baron Dorel didn't accompany you here. He's never been one to shy away from getting his hands bloody in defense of house and country. Shornhelm's stability affects all of Rivenspire. If Montclair and his allies take over the city, I fear all of Rivenspire would soon fall. I usually leave politics to the other nobles. I prefer to deal quietly with more unusual problems. I suspect that Rivenspire is behind that stone door, along with his portal. More reinforcements.
No time to deal with these fools. Kill them! Kill them all!
Feel the magic. I should be able to close the portal. It won't take me more than a few seconds. There! That should keep them out. Shornhelm will be safe now. I shall begin my research at once. Try to determine where Rivenspire has gone. In the meantime, you should seek out the High King. With the portal closed, We've stopped Rizal Jewel from sneaking more Montclair troops into the city. No. And that's what worries me. He must be tracked down and dealt with. Swiftly. According to my sources, he was close before I entered the Mews. I have no doubt that the Shornhelm Guard has reclaimed the upper city.
Here we have the savior of Shornhelm, I presume. You should know that Baron Dorell and Countess Tamrith have been quite generous in their praise of you.
I'm not surprised. Verandis and I go back many years. He has a habit of making people nervous, but I've been... Then I suppose we'll have to track him down, he and Montclair both.
Thanks to you, we have an excellent start here in Shornhelm, and I will devote my resources to fortifying the city as quickly as possible. We're secure here now, and we have to ensure it remains that way.
Shornhelm may be secure, but reports from other parts of the kingdom suggest Montclair is stirring up trouble everywhere. As you might have guessed, I'm thinking you are best suited for tracking down Rizal Jewel and making sure he doesn't go opening any more portals into Shornhelm. Then I suggest you join him. Knowing Verandis, he's returned to RAVENWATCH Castle to study whatever evidence he may have found. I should warn you. RAVENWATCH Castle is as strange as the man who owns it. His family is very old and they have strange traditions. Don't worry, though. I have no doubt...
Of course, I'm a veritable treasure trove of useless information and I love to share.
I've known Count RAVENWATCH since I was a boy. My father even sent me to study with him for a time. Well, if you must know, he's part of the reason I'm wearing this crown. I think he did it because he was tired of bloodshed, and he knew he could trust me to always work toward peace.
As long as it takes. I knew that having the noble houses share the throne wouldn't last.
The last time I brought an army to Rivenspire, it was to put an end to Rance's war. That isn't a memory I want to reawaken in this region.
Rumors and wild tales, for the most part. We did receive a dispatch from a Captain Janavi. Apparently something occurred in the town of Crestshade. Something devastating enough to require the captain to set up a camp for refugees.
Very little. It's a small town at the foot of the Western Mountains. Since you're heading in that direction to see Verandis, perhaps you can look in on Crestshade. I'd be